promise you, you've never heard the Titanic story quite like this. Today on Xtreme Mystery Files, we're diving deep, not into the icy waters of the Atlantic, but into a conspiracy that might just shatter everything you thought you knew about history. Are you ready? Let's talk about the Titanic switch conspiracy. The theory that the Titanic, history's most famous luxury liner, may have never even sunk. Yes, you heard that right. According to some researchers and enthusiasts, the Titanic didn't actually meet its doom on April 15, 1912. Instead, it was secretly swapped with its older sister ship, the Olympic, as part of an elaborate and sinister insurance fraud scheme. Crazy, isn't it? Let's dive into the details. By the time Titanic and Olympic were built, White Star Line was one of the biggest shipping companies in the world, but not everything was smooth sailing, pun intended. The Olympic, launched in 1911, had already been in 2 major accidents within its first year. These accidents led to extensive damage and costly repairs, leaving financial strain on White Star Line. Now enter the theory: the insurance company wouldn't cover the losses for Olympic's damages. White Star Line, desperate to recover their finances, allegedly hatched a devious plan. The idea? Disguise the heavily damaged Olympic as the brand new Titanic. The real Titanic would then quietly take the Olympic's place in the dockyard, while the fake Titanic, really the Olympic in disguise, would be sent out on its infamous maiden voyage. Sounds crazy, right? But let's talk about the evidence that conspiracy theorists point to. For starters, shipyard workers and crew members reportedly noticed anomalies leading up to the Titanic's departure. Could it be that they were preparing the Olympic for the big switch? Another striking piece of evidence is found in the photographs of the 2 ships. Supposedly, they had subtle differences in design features. Yet, some eyewitness accounts claimed that after the switch, Titanic had identical features to the damaged Olympic. Coincidence? Or something more? Then, there's the curious case of J.P. Morgan. The millionaire banker and owner of White Star Line had booked his place on Titanic's maiden voyage, but canceled last minute. Why would a man of his stature back out unless he knew something tragic was about to happen? And it doesn't stop there. The list of curious coincidences keeps growing. Survivors like second-class passenger Lawrence Beasley mentioned eerie happenings, such as the smell of fresh paint, uncommon for a ship that claimed to be new. Critics argue this was part of the attempt to disguise the Olympic as Titanic. Meanwhile, skeptics dismiss this theory as pure fiction, pointing out plenty of logistical problems. After all, swapping identical ships isn't exactly like changing your car's license plate. Plus, White Star Line would have needed to keep thousands of workers, including safety officials, in on the secret. Could such a massive cover-up really work? Or has the Titanic conspiracy snowballed over the years, fueled by people's love of a good mystery? Now, let's crack open our alchemy vault to consider another twist. If this conspiracy were real, why has nobody come forward to spill the beans? Some theorists argue that fear, bribery, or good old-fashioned 1912 mob mentality kept everyone silent. But would the money gained from an insurance scam really outweigh the cost and risk of sinking a ship? I mean, we're talking about real lives lost. Over 1,500 souls perished that fateful night. Did White Star Line really orchestrate one of the deadliest accidents in maritime history just for money? Let's wrap this up. Could the Titanic switch conspiracy be the hidden key to a century-old mystery? Or is it just another wild oceanic legend meant to get us scratching our heads? Ultimately, the answer lies somewhere between fact, myth, and perhaps a little human imagination. Hit that like button if this gave you chills, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping mysteries from Xtreme Mystery Files. I'll see you next time, mystery seekers. Until then, keep searching for the truth. We'll find it together.